My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, Commander of the Armies of the North. General.
Everybody has their favorite celebrities. Someone they look up to, someone they can't get enough of, or someone they adore. But what if we told you that behind the sparkling smile and red carpet appearances, some of them are actually not so nice? That's right, folks. Some of your favorite stars may not be the good guys you think they are. What if I told you that one of the funniest comedians in history could also be a nightmare on set? Moreover, could there be a dark, villainous side to your favorite romantic hero lurking behind all the glitz and glamour? Join us as we expose the truth about 50 celebrities that appear to be good but also really jerks. Before we jump into more of these jaw-dropping celebrity tales, don't forget to hit subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Trust me, this drama is better than any blockbuster you've ever watched. Number 50. Julia Roberts. Steven Spielberg reportedly vowed never to work with her again. What could make a legendary director take such a bold stand against one of Hollywood's top stars? According to rumors, she acted like a complete emotional mess on the Hook movie set.
I want you to think real hard about what your spine is worth, Mr. Walker. Or what you might expect someone to pay you for your uterus, Miss Sanchez. Then you take out your calculator and you multiply that number by 100. Anything less than that is a waste of our time.
The crew even called her Tinker Hell. Robert's own sister even stated that her ego and fame ruined their relationship. She seemed unafraid to treat others cruelly, regardless of how close they may be. And rumors about her bad behavior don't stop there. Nick Nolte, her co-star in I Love Trouble, claims that the two had to shoot scenes separately. They hated one another so intensely that they had to use stand-ins. It's disappointing to see a top-notch professional like Roberts letting personal issues interfere with their work. This kind of unprofessional behavior has really damaged their once spotless reputation. Number 49. Tom Cruise. He is a superstar, but some people in Hollywood find his strange marriage laws and his strong connections to Scientology, a controversial religion, intolerable. A lot of people still admire Tom Cruise, but many Hollywood people have no idea why. They say, "We honestly don't know why anyone still finds the guy attractive anymore." In and out of their marriage, Cruise's restrictions for Katie Holmes were far more extreme than the average. Can you believe the restrictions Cruise set for Katie Holmes? And from a Hollywood star, no less. Outside their marriage, she wasn't allowed to see other men, couldn't travel with their daughter, and was restricted from talking to Nicole Kidman, who is Cruise's other ex. It's like stepping into one of his movie characters, right? Sadly, no, this is real. It is also difficult for anyone to cope with Cruise's frequent outbursts regarding Scientology. First of all, who would want to be singled out in that way? It becomes even more annoying to realize the religion itself is based on ideas about alien life. Moreover, he reportedly instructed Navy sailors not to speak to him or even make eye contact while he was filming Top Gun 2. Showing respect to our troops, huh? Number 48. Terrence Howard. Although he may appear to be a decent man, his true nature is quite different. His record, which includes personal controversies and his termination from Iron Man 2, is far from spotless. He beat Lori McComas, his first wife, in 2001 because she was speaking to him strongly. He punched Michelle Gent, his second wife, in 2005. In 2010, Gent said that Howard had thrown her across the hotel room, then picked her up, carried her to the balcony, and threatened to throw her over the railing. Howard's mindset carries over to his professional life.
You're black, they're white, this ain't hockey. Come on up here, Lucius.
According to reports, that is the reason he was fired from Iron Man, and Don Cheadle replaced him. Howard wanted a better paycheck and left when he didn't get it. For years, he continued to voice his grievances about this injustice, often blaming Robert Downey Jr. for it. Meanwhile, Robert Downey Jr. stepped up as the big brother and fought for equal pay for everyone on the Avengers set. Number 47. Sandra Bullock. Even though we adore her, she has had her share of problems. Sandra Bullock is not the person everyone believes her to be, regardless of how much she may pretend to be the sweetness when the cameras are on her. It's acceptable for celebrities to decline autograph requests, but they should never insult their fans. She covered her face and verbally abused a disabled veteran when he requested her autograph. Her poor PR team must have had a challenging time trying to smooth over with the public throughout the whole ordeal. In an interview, her ex-husband, Jesse James, claimed that he cheated on Bullock because he felt inferior since she would control all of his actions.
Hanging out in a geographic location, which is like where I got in trouble, where like my gangster gangbanger friends all live, where we all grew up, where we all stole stuff, and where there's like a bunch of stripper hood rats coming by the shop and stuff all the time. And so how can I make myself a better person and expect to like be a husband and make the right decisions when I'm constantly surrounded by that negative influence?
We take James's statements with a grain of salt because he is a notorious jerk, particularly for cheating on people. We cannot, however, fully discount his claims in light of what others have claimed. Furthermore, this doesn't seem crazy at all given how well it fits with the other jerk behavior she's been known for. Number 46. Toby Maguire. Even though Toby Maguire is an okay actor, he has no idea how to treat others. One night out, Maguire was talking to a cocktail server when he concluded that her salary was excessive. He instructed her to bark like a seal who wants a fish for $1,000 rather than tipping her. When she dismissed it with a laugh, he insisted that she bark. Not exactly the friendly Spider-Man vibe. In fact, one casting director even referred to Maguire as the worst little monster ever met. Actors frequently engage in diva behavior on set, telling others not to look at him in the eyes. Less frequently, he asked people to call him Tugboat Maguire or Tugboat Toby. Number 45. Jennifer Lawrence. Even though Jennifer Lawrence is currently one of the most famous actors on screen, she is not always a sweetheart. It's becoming evident that being famous and being nice don't always go hand in hand in Hollywood. She has a history of treating fans badly. In fact, she admits it and says it's a self-defense tactic. It's true that we can't please every fan all the time, but there are ways to say no without coming across as an arrogant brat. Her bratty behavior extends to the media as well. She is accused of snapping at a reporter during a press conference in 2016. For what, you ask? Staring at his phone. Perhaps she was simply having a bad day. But if you're going to be in the spotlight, you should learn how to hide when you're having a bad day. Tired of expensive, low-effort script writers for your YouTube channel? Autoscripter.ai is the ultimate solution. Say goodbye to low-quality, poorly retention amateur scripts that fail to generate thousands of views for your channel. At a fraction of the cost, Autoscripter.ai helps your videos go viral. In just 3 steps, Autoscripter.ai creates a polished script tailored to your needs. Just input your title concept, select your tone and style. The intuitive interface makes editing and refining effortless, fast, smart, and trusted by hundreds of satisfied users who have already discovered the amazing tool. Start your free trial today and watch Autoscripter.ai transform your YouTube channel. Just click the link in the video description below now. Number 44. Candice Cameron. With her role as DJ Tanner on Full House, Candice Cameron Bure has had a fairly wholesome career. She has acted in more Hallmark romantic comedies than anyone else in the game. The only exception might be her former co-star, Lori Loughlin, whose reputation has also taken a turn. She's quite vocal about her conservative Christian values, so you might expect her to be warm and a friendly person. But that's not the case, at least according to JoJo Siwa. Did you hear the news about JoJo Siwa calling out Candice Cameron? Yep, in a TikTok video, JoJo called Candice the rudest celebrity she's ever met. As it happens, this relates to the 2016 Full House debut. JoJo requested a quick photo, but Candice said no, and that refusal left a lasting impression. Number 43, Kiefer Sutherland. We all love him as Jack Bauer, but behind the scenes, it was a different story. Other celebrities hated working with him due to his DUI and stories of drunken behavior. Sutherland was unprofessional, according to Freddie Prinze Jr., who hated every moment of working with him. Personality conflicts are inevitable when big-name actors are together, but this seems to go beyond a little off-camera friction amongst rival Hollywood celebrities. As it turns out, Kiefer acted somewhat unprofessionally when they were filming their parts together. Freddie says, "I'm not talking behind his back. I'd tell him straight up." He believed that everyone who had worked with him had said the same thing. Freddie even considered leaving the company as a result. Every story has two sides, but Sutherland comes across as a big jerk, regardless of how you interpret this scene. Number 42, Jesse James. He is infamous for mistreating women. He cheated on Sandra Bullock with several different people in 2010 while they were in the process of adopting a kid together.
I think losing my son that I adopted, so for sure. You know, not being able to see him and see him grow up and all that stuff, and whether that's fair, whether I should have lost a kid due to infidelity, which I don't think anybody ever does this, but I think with Hollywood law, that's totally...
Now you may think that's awful enough, but wait, he seems to be prone to infidelity. He may be skilled at repairing motorcycles, but what about relationships? Let's just say that he was unable to fix this. Not surprisingly, Sandra Bullock and Jesse James got divorced. Good for her, right? Did the story of cheating end there? No way. The cheating saga continued. The breakup of one relationship led to the start of another. One of the women he had an affair with, Kat Von D, really started dating him in public after his divorce. The two even went so far as to get engaged. But you know what happened next? You guessed it. He cheated once more. Number 41, William Shatner. William Shatner hosted the Comedy Central Roast, providing celebrities a chance to vent their long-suppressed anger at this supposed Hollywood grouch. It turns out that most of his co-stars on the Star Trek set hated him because he treated them all too badly. His failure to attend Leonard Nimoy's funeral earned him the moniker Captain Jerk. Although it's not the most inventive, harsh nickname, it certainly conveys the message. He once yelled at Denise Crosby, Tasha Yar from Star Trek, whenever she attempted to respond to a question. It is impossible to respect the man after witnessing his behavior against his co-stars. What about his fans? His bad behavior drove away those who had stayed by his side. Number 40, Gwyneth Paltrow. Gwyneth Paltrow no longer hopes to be an ordinary person. Paltrow has proclaimed herself a lifestyle expert after doing stunts like cutting off coffee, alcohol, dairy, egg, sugar, corn, shellfish, fish, wheat, meat, and soy from her diet. According to a friend of the actress, she is a rich white woman with an eating disorder turned into a branding opportunity. She can't be that horrible, can she? She can indeed. She went to a Michelin-starred restaurant in London and said, "I can't eat this," beep, insulting the chef.
Ultradocious? That's not a word. Oh, you mean humanidocious, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
She suggested that they just go to her suite and get room service. It seems that she prefers to eat seaweed and moon dust. Number 39, Reese Witherspoon. She's America's sweetheart. Or is she? During a traffic stop, she allegedly spoke to the officer. "Do you know my name? You will find out soon enough." And guess what? Shortly after, she was taken into custody for disorderly conduct. According to a Star magazine source, Reese is anything but sweet. The staff goes out of their way to please her because they are afraid of upsetting her.
Hey, well, it's nothing against you, Tracy. I mean, you're the best. I just thought...
Okay, you're on, Mr. Popular.
She refuses to remove her sunglasses because she fears that people will look her in the eye. Jim is such a bigwig that he doesn't want his colleagues to notice it. She clearly wears the pants, but he wants the staff to believe he has the upper hand. Number 38, Tommy Lee Jones. On screen grumpy? Grumpy in real life too. In fact, you hardly see him speaking to reporters or signing autographs. That's all well and good, but most reporters don't want to do another interview with him to promote a film.
Are you making any new films now, Tommy?
Listen, I love Will and I wish him the best.
Thank you very much, sir.
He often interrupts them in the middle of a chat and leaves. In fact, he once brought a reporter to tears in an interview with GQ magazine while using his bare hands to practically break full walnuts.
Please, sir. Sir, I got a picture of you. God bless you. Just one thing, Mr. Jones. My name's Jeff, if you want to personalize, okay?
Number 37, Katherine Heigl. She has a reputation for disparaging other celebrities and ruining her own projects. She previously turned down an Emmy nomination because she believed that Grey's Anatomy script wasn't worthy of the honor. There's no doubt that her fellow contestants were deeply disappointed to see her go. Heigl also expressed her disapproval for Knocked Up, stating that it portrays a negative attitude towards women. In 2010, she asked for $3 million to be part of Valentine's Day, which seemed excessive given that it was an ensemble film and her time on set would be limited. Number 36, Edward Norton. Kevin Feige, the president of Marvel Studios, claimed that Norton wasn't a team player and that the studio was searching for an actor who is willing to collaborate with a cast full of celebrities. Why can't celebrities just keep their mouths shut and accept their millions of dollars? Marvel films make so much money that you would think they would hire any jerk in Hollywood who could put butts in seats.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Thank you, Nick.
What? What'd you say?
I said thank you, Nick.
But even money-hungry people have to draw a line. To be clear, this was not a monetary issue. Norton was simply that terrible to work with, as Kevin Feige made very plain in the same interview. Number 35, Christian Bale. His dramatic on-set meltdowns have earned him a notorious reputation. High-maintenance outbursts? Verify. Freaks? Verify again. He's difficult to work with, which makes sense. Bale's shouting and raving soundtrack received more attention before Terminator Salvation's release than the film itself. What a fantastic appearance for a grown man who claims to be a professional actor. To be fair, Terminator Salvation wasn't very noteworthy. As Shane Hurlbut, the director of photography, tries to apologize for ruining a take, Bale is heard verbally abusing him on the tape. It seemed to be the first time in movie history that a damaged take had triggered such chaos. Bully is the term describing Bale's legendary practice of pressuring people to give him what he wants. That's why the Batman trilogy didn't feature an official Robin. Number 34, Zooey Deschanel. She portrays a cute and eccentric character, yet rumors have it that her co-stars have characterized her as moody, irritable, and unhappy. Not exactly the vibe of a dream girl. A producer previously described her as a terrible boss, which doesn't seem like a big stretch. She would abruptly stop filming, mistreat other crew members, and sometimes even refuse to show up when the schedules inevitably got messed up. That type of action has a term, a temper tantrum. It often led to problems on site, which may be the reason she isn't in the spotlight as much these days. Number 33, Lucille Ball. She is well known as the comedy queen, but did you realize that she can also be downright rude?
There is something here that needs explaining.
What needs explaining?
What's all this nonsense about you dancing with Van Johnson?
It's not nonsense. I did dance with Van Johnson.
Once on an airplane, she completely ignored a flight attendant and had her assistant say, "I'm sorry, Miss Ball doesn't speak to help." She is a monster of staggering charmlessness and monumental lack of humor. Richard Burton wrote about Lucille Ball. She is an elderly, exhausted woman who has been making a living from her weekly presentation for the past 19 years. She has endured 19 years of pratfalls, double takes, desperate upstaging, and if she can, cutting off other people's laughter while anxiously observing the ratings. Number 32, Shia LaBeouf. This person assumed no one would notice that he copied comic book author Daniel Clow's work exactly. When it was exposed, he was shocked that people were upset. That's what happens when you copy someone else's work, right? FKA Twigs is another example of him being a grade A jerk. It doesn't sound far-fetched that she sued him in court for being emotionally and physically abusive. This exposes Shia for who he truly is, but it goes well beyond being a jerk. Twig's statements were confirmed by his former girlfriends, who also opened up about their own experiences with violence. Number 31, Mike Myers. Mike Myers no longer has the best reputation in the public eye due to his domineering manner and narcissism. In one story, he even fires someone for simply looking him in the eye. That's a huge ego indeed. Mike Myers is anything but groovy, even though you adore him in the role of Austin Powers. Myers turned down a request to sign an autograph for a toy company that created products based on his characters.
There's always, I've been doing characters my whole life. I always have characters that are kind of circling the airport and waiting to come out. It's what I love to do. And, I had the idea before I had the characters.
Later, he insisted that their items be sent to him overnight, but refused to cover the shipping cost. Myers also famously decided that Shrek should have a Scottish accent. Thus, he had to redesign the entire character. He was not wrong after all. Can you imagine Shrek not being Scottish? However, he would be putting the entire production at risk by requiring such a significant modification, which seems quite crazy. Because he is such a jerk, Hollywood has ceased casting him. Several people who work closely with the comic have called him insufferable. Number 30, Chevy Chase. A legend? Perhaps. However, he is also known for being a total jerk.
I thought that record was gonna last forever. Most folks just don't seem to have a taste for testicles no more.
Testicles?
Yes, ma'am. Sheep balls.
Saturday Night Live co-stars hated working with him due to his rude attitude, and his poor reputation didn't get any better once he quit the program. He once made offensive comments about one of the female writers, and it is quite messed up. It seems that his top priority list does not include showing respect to people who composes your lines. Chase also dislikes being courteous to everyone, even co-workers and admirers. Number 29, Terry Hatcher. She was well known for her part on Desperate Housewives.
And one of the things that was special about being Susan was that Susan's house was one of the only homes that they call it a practical house, meaning that when you saw Susan in her kitchen or her living room, we were actually filming it up on the street. We weren't on a stage where all the other homes.
But she wasn't winning any popularity contests behind the scenes. She was referred to as the meanest woman in the world.
I've changed, Brian. Are you ready for that?
Yes.
By one of her co-stars, and it seems that this was not an isolated incident. As far back as Tomorrow Never Dies, co-star Pierce Brosnan expressed frustration with her for failing to be on set on time, and when she finally did show up, it made the filming practically impossible. She hasn't had much work since her reputation caught up with her, which is probably for the best. Number 28, Patrick Dempsey. He was everyone's favorite hottie on Grey's Anatomy, but off-screen, not at all. Patrick ended up being written off the program because of his diva attitude. Discuss the transition from McDreamy to McDiva. The show's creator, head writer, executive producer, and showrunner, Shonda Rhimes, declared that she had a zero-tolerance policy for difficult behavior after working with Dempsey and a few other well-known narcissists. There's plenty of drama in the program, so no one ever blames her. Fans may still be grieving over McDreamy's passing, but we're sure his co-stars were relieved to get rid of his inappropriate behavior on set. Number 27. Ellen DeGeneres. Although we have all admired Ellen for years, Kathy Griffin has revealed that she has a serious, nasty side that Hollywood is all too familiar with. It was shocking when a variety of negative reports about her began to surface in 2020. A new Twitter thread was made to raise $2 for the LA Food Bank for every story that illustrated Ellen's cruelty. The stories included Ellen attempting to have a server fired after discovering the waitress had damaged a nail. They also mentioned her forcing everyone to chew gum because of her sensitive nose, and firing an autistic custodian simply for greeting her. The fundraising event brought in $600. At least all of her bad behavior helps raise money for a good cause. Number 26. Jonah Hill. Jonah is a well-known comedian, but don't expect to fool around with him.
I have to sneeze.
What?
I have to sneeze, but I'm terrified that my bowels will evacuate if I do.
If you sneeze, it is very important that you clench at the same time.
His sense of humor seems to fluctuate, and anyone who has worked with him knows that when he's not in the mood, he can be rather annoying. Watch any of his interviews, for example. His statements during this interview with Howard Stern included, "Out of respect for myself, I'm going to finish my thought." The entire incident demonstrated how arrogant they both could be, not that Howard Stern is much better. By the way, if you're loving these juicy stories so far, make sure to like this video and subscribe. We've got plenty more coming, and it's only getting better. Number 25. Kirstie Alley. She may come out as nice and kind in interviews, but what about behind the scenes? Not at all.
You sick bastard. What's wrong? What is wrong? What is wrong? What do you think is wrong? So you've been having a little bit of an affair with one of my patients, huh?
When one of Kirstie's close friends quit Scientology, what do you think she did? You could assume that, like the majority of them, she would brush it off, understanding that everyone has their own views. But here's the real twist. She publicly scolded her on Twitter. Nothing shouts friendship goals more than revealing your private issues to the world. She became extremely hateful and made hurtful comments such as, "Haha, I love talking smack," in a tweet. She seems to enjoy it more than having friends. Number 24. Spike Lee. Although he is a legend, he isn't always the most friendly person. He abruptly ended a 40-minute presentation at a university and was extremely rude to supporters who wanted to ask questions. He's not exactly the kind, friendly guy you'd expect. Number 23. Bruce Willis. Director Kevin Smith, who collaborated with Willis, describes the experience as soul-crushing. It's safe to say that things aren't all sunshine and rainbows when your coworkers talk about you in that manner.
Get away. Dude, I'm gonna fucking knock you. Understand? Get away.
Number 22. Cameron Diaz. Sometimes celebrities say no to autographs, but can you imagine a celebrity actually scolding their fans for being foolish enough to ask for one? Well, look no further. She's one who does it. Number 21. Zach Braff. On set, Zach has a few strict rules. For example, he will only drink coffee from a specific location, and it must be left outside his dressing room door without any interaction. Braff also avoids collaborating with anyone who is overly attractive, ensuring he appears more appealing by comparison.
Believes in you. She's in love with you. Are you kidding me? How do you not see that? You definitely see that, right? And of course she is, because you're fucking perfect.
Number 20. Mel Gibson. The world is also well aware of Mel Gibson's extreme sexism, which was made public in a 1995 interview. According to Colbert, Gibson is strikingly lacking in apologies. The list is endless. Unfortunately, though, that was only the beginning of his difficult Hollywood career. Mel got into a lot of controversies in 2006 after being arrested for DUI and making anti-Semitic statements. Number 19, Steven Seagal. He may have that tough guy persona, but collaborating with him, that's a different story. As an actor, it would seem reasonable to steer clear of his notoriously challenging behavior on set. Additionally, Seagal mistreats his employees. Seagal employed one former model as an executive assistant, but her responsibilities included massaging Seagal and allowing him to touch her anytime he wished. Number 18, Jared Leto. In Suicide Squad, he portrayed the Joker.
All of that chit-chat's gonna get you hurt.
Oh my God.
But he wasn't exactly being kind off screen. Although he may have been method acting, it came off as more bothersome than anything else. And he was impolite to his co-stars. He reportedly had a special eye for young girls, according to various accounts in one Reddit thread. Number 17, Kristen Cavallari. Remember Laguna Beach? Kristen was the drama queen, but it turned out that she is not very nice to fans either. She allegedly made fun of one person behind their back when they requested her autograph. It's not the right way to keep fans loyal. Number 16, Pierce Brosnan. Despite being a well-known Bond, Brosnan wasn't very likable to his colleagues. He was late for a photo shoot and remarked casually, "Sorry guys, I'm a little late. I doubt you had anything better to do." Not exactly the most modest attitude. Number 15, Russell Crowe. His name usually makes headlines when he disparages someone in the entertainment industry. He has a huge ego, and it's obvious that he doesn't mind showing it off.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius, Commander of the Armies of the North, General of the Felix Legions, loyal servant to the true Emperor Marcus Aurelius.
Ready for one of Russell Crowe's shocking outbursts? Crowe would phone the producer at 3 a.m. while working on Gladiator to yell and scream at him, threatening to kill him with his bare hands. Why did he do this? Only he knows. Number 14, Johnny Depp. Although Depp is a Hollywood legend, he made news during City of Lies for all the wrong reasons, including allegedly punching the location manager twice. What could a location manager possibly have done to merit 2 punches? Well, former managers have publicly stated that Depp believes he is no longer required to memorize his lines, which is the one thing that actors should do. He may have done a lot of work with Tim Burton, who allows him creative license, but that doesn't justify not collaborating with other filmmakers who work hard on their movies. Number 13, Josh Duhamel. He may be the star of romantic comedies, but off-screen, there are whispers that he is a terrible husband. It seems that throughout their time together, he had an affair with Fergie, his wife. Not exactly what fans would expect from a fairy tale relationship. Number 12, Ben Stiller. On screen, the man is humorous, but off-screen, he's a different story. In one story, he loses his temper over something as minor as the quantity of ice cubes in his Diet Coke.
Are you mentally insane?
What?
What are you reading? I am la 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 la.
Seriously? Want one more incident? Ben Stiller was awful to everyone, according to a Reddit member who worked on the Tropic Thunder set. The user described how Stiller dismissed a worker because he believed his coffee lacked enough sugar. It's obvious that the man has certain tastes in beverages.
Oh, now I understand the show.
Yeah.
Number 11, Liv Tyler. Liv, the daughter of rock star Steven Tyler, believes she should be treated like a VIP everywhere. She once cut in line for an exhibit when others had been there for 4 to 5 hours. She could have at least had someone wait in line for her. She had a tantrum after the guard denied her entry. What a diva act. Number 10, Meg Ryan. America's sweetheart? Not exactly. In 2000, Meg's once wholesome image suffered a severe blow when it was revealed that she was having an affair with her Proof of Life co-star Russell Crowe while still married to Dennis Quaid. Since then, her career has suffered and she had been haunted by rumors of problems on set. Number 9, Catherine Zeta-Jones. Catherine Zeta-Jones, who is worth millions, has a reputation of being cruel to others. Even worse, she has been known to leave no tip at restaurants. Additionally, Catherine Zeta-Jones closes hotel gyms so she can use them privately.
You fascinate me.
Number 8, Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen is well known for his destructive conduct, which includes his addiction, disparaging other celebrities, and abusing his relationships. His ex-wife, Denise Richards, ultimately divorced him due to the allegations of abuse and drug use.
Kiss me one last time. Promise me you'll never remarry.
I promise.
Number 7, David Boreanaz. According to reports, David Boreanaz isn't the most pleasant person to deal with, despite being a TV idol. He has a track record of being disrespectful to crew members because it seems no one is safe from his attitude.
You plead guilty to 6 counts of sexual assault in the first degree, to be served consecutively, and we'll spare your family the embarrassment of a trial.
Number 6, Christina Aguilera. Music, movie, TV, Christina Aguilera has done a little of everything that Hollywood has to offer, and fans have loved her for decades. It's unfortunate that she has succumbed to the jerky behavior that's also common in Tinseltown. Although it's a disappointing development, it's not shocking. It appears that her diva days continued into the early 2000s, as she continued to be aloof toward fans and interviewers and make fun of other pop artists like Mariah Carey and Britney Spears. Number 5, Bill Cosby. It was shocking to see how Cosby, once America's favorite TV dad, fell from grace. Even though it took years for the facts about his actions to surface, his legacy is now totally damaged and nobody is rushing to defend him.
Put your brains back in your head. If you let your brains fall out of your head, have you lost your mind?
Number 4, Kristen Stewart. Sulking and brooding may be effective for vampires, but Stewart's negative outlook seems to carry over into everyday life. Her moody attitude is said to wear thin quickly, both on and off set. Who wants to work with a walking rain cloud?
I can see the words hanging in front of me and I can't reach them and I don't know who I am and I don't know what I'm going to lose next.
Number 3, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. This one relates to the redemption arc. Although Joseph Gordon-Levitt acknowledges that he wasn't always the kindest person, at least he has grown from his mistakes and can now joke about them. Isn't growth good?
I don't know if we're really replacing this with another tradition.
That's a joke. That's a joke. Okay. Give me some credit. Obviously, that was a joke. I am totally cool.
Number 2, Val Kilmer. Kilmer was a bigger headache behind the scenes than Batman Forever. Joe Schumacher, the director, even described him as childish and impossible. Oh no, that review isn't particularly positive.
I don't know, there's just something about him. Something around the house. I don't know. Reminds me of me.
Number 1, Wesley Snipes. You might assume that playing a vampire hunter should be challenging, but collaborating with Wesley on Blade Trinity, that was another nightmare. Comedian Patton Oswalt disclosed some juicy details, claiming that Snipes would only interact via post-it notes signed Blade and would never speak to anyone in person. He allegedly attempted to strangle the director, which was the icing on the cake for this outrageous act. Now that's when method acting has gone beyond its limits. Now it's your turn to spill. Who surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that'll keep you glued to the screen. See you next time.